Hi, Sarah here with the layout process video for UK Scrap Addicts. This month we're doing a Tic Tac Toe challenge. I chose the line, arrows, circles and washi tape, but I did also use rainbow on there as well, which was another square. So to begin with, I'm just using some impasto paint by Art Alchemy Prima, and these ones are raspberry, pink, jade and lemon peel. I've just laid down some water. I'm just adding these paints over the top. They are acrylic and not watercolour, so they do dry and you can't blend them once they are dry. But whilst they're still wet, they do blend like, or similar at least to watercolours. So I'm just going to blend these three colours together. What I do is just add the colour on without quite touching the other colours first, and then I go back and blend them together afterwards. You don't have to do this, I just decided to do it this way around this time. And the paper I'm using is also Prima. It's the 12x12 watercolour paper pads that are available from Thompson's Crafts. All these products so far are from Thompson's Crafts. And excuse me, I'm getting over a chest infection. So all I'm doing here is just blending the colours together, making sure I rinse my brush between each one so they don't muddy up. But because I am only using three colours, it's fairly easy to control it so that it doesn't do that. And then once I'm fairly happy with the results, I just let it dry and let the colours spread on their own. So I've left that off to one side, and I'm now just trimming down my picture, which is of my little boy a couple of years ago. And I also want to add quite a few layers of paper, so I'm just trimming out most of the background there. And first off, I want to add some soft layering with this tissue paper, which is just packaging from, I think it might have been from B&M in the UK, somewhere like that anyway. And I'm just folding it up so that it forms some layers, and then I'm just trimming it down so that they're all individual layers now. I tape each, sorry if you can hear my little boy in the background, I tape each layer down on top of each other. I won't show the whole process, I just keep adding layers of tape in between each layer of tissue, and as you can see there, I'm just getting to the last one there, and then I'll just make sure they're all stuck together. As you can see, those two weren't quite stuck down properly because they were a folded piece, so I've just added extra tape there. Now I've taken my kit, which is mine the Scrap July kit, and there's lots of beautiful rainbow pastel colours in this, and I'm just adding tape to the back of my tissue paper and adding my rainbow layer there, which is the matching colours to my paints, which I already knew would work well together. And I'm also using some of this cute heart paper as well, and just adding that as another layer behind it. I'm just having a look to see how I think it looks against my background, which is not quite dry yet, so I do need to leave that to dry a bit longer. And I decide that I need something a bit bolder. I want some black and white in there, as I am going to be using black and white stickers for my titles, so I've already got that in my mind, so I want to add a little bit more black and white in the layers behind as well. So I'm just trimming out this piece from there, and even though it's got lemons on it, which isn't very well relevant to anything, it's just the pattern I'm going for with all my layers. So now my background is completely dry. I'm just taking out these embossing pens. That bag of goodies there was from the Mine the Scrap August Mixed Media kit. So I've just scribbled down some circles with the embossing pen and just applying embossing powder on top of that, tap it off onto this piece of paper so that I can fold it and easily pour it back into the pot. And then I'm just going around it with my heat tool and melting it all down until it's completely melted in. I do go around it quite quickly so that the paper doesn't warp too much and it stops it from burning or anything like that as well. And here's my title, which is going around the edge in the circle, which is Sweet Happy You. The happy I'm not so happy with, to be honest. Now that I look back at it, it does look a little bit illegible because it is upside down, and the H and the Y look very similar, but it's good enough for me. I'm not going to ponder over that. So I've added some little enamel triangles which look like arrows, and I've also adding some washi tape which also came in the kit, and just adding that underneath my paper layers. I don't stick down my papers right to the edge, so I can always tuck in extra things here and there where I want to add a little bit more detail, more texture and more height to my project. So I'm just taking the washi, tearing it in half, making sure it's approximately the right width, as same as the paper, and just tucking it behind the paper layers all the way around the edge there, which is a little fiddly, but it doesn't take that long really. So that's that bit done. And now I want to add a few more embellishments, so I do go through the rest of my kit, and I have these matte finish enamel dots which I love, they're really pretty, so I'm adding a few of them. I've also got some ephemera which came in my kit, which I'm just going to go through, and I find a perfect green one which matches so well with this jumper, which helps blend in that colour into the layout. So I add that. I also add another little piece at the bottom, as well as a little circle with a star on it, which balances with the adventure at the top, which I tuck in next to the ticket. And then from my stash I just grabbed my gold box, which has just got lots of loose older embellishments that I've just put away after kits and things are finished, and I find some glitter gold stars which match with my glitter gold embossing powder detail around the edge. And there's also a paperclip arrow in there, which is my third thing from the Tic Tac Toe, so everything's now on there. And with the stars I do move them around a bit, but in the end I do decide to add two of them on the swirls around the outside and one on the photo to draw your eye all the way around it. I do decide to bring in the star at the top further in to make it a little bit more of an even circle rather than an oval, just because I thought it looked a bit nicer that way. And now I'm just gluing down my embellishments. I used the Nouveau Crystal Glaze to do this. Any glue would do obviously there. And I'm just sticking down my stars, which do have a sticky backing on them, and I will actually add more wet glue to these, but I don't like to do that until I'm completely happy with where I'm putting my embellishments, because I do tend to move them around, especially my thickers and anything that goes with the which shapes my layouts. I tend to move around quite a bit. My finishing touches here are just some gold colour shine. I drop it onto the paper first so that I don't get any big blobs of it that I don't want, so I've got a bit more control over it. I put it around my photo and then just a little bit around each star as well. And I also add some tiny word stickers with gold foil writing on them, just to help blend in the black from the thickers in with the photograph to help draw it all together. And I just use a couple of tiny word stickers just around in amongst the paper layers, and I've just slowed it down here so you can see a bit of a close-up. Thanks for joining me today. Please go and check out what the other girls have done over at UK Scrap Addicts, and go and check out the Facebook group and see what we're up to over there. Have a great day everyone. Details will be below in the description of everything I used. Here's some close-ups. Bye!